So Donald Trump, as a surprise to no one, not even the protest voters, Donald Trump is now planning to expel Palestinians from Gaza and to build commercial real estate in the Gaza Strip.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. I ended the last administration's de facto arms embargo on over $1 billion in military assistance for Israel. And I'm also pleased to announce that this afternoon, the United States withdrew from the anti-Semitic UN Human Rights Council.
He has now taken it upon himself to risk American life and possibly even allow American blood to be spilled in the deranged, irrational conflict between Israel and Palestine. At this point, I'm going to lose my President Donald Trump on Tuesday said the United States will take over the Gaza Strip, possibly with the help of American troops, while the Palestinians who live there should leave. A stunning proposal that would dramatically reorient the Middle East and subject a population of more than 1 million people to further displacement. Now, I don't want to hear from this has to be addressed. This is not a victory lap video. I'm not going to use the suffering of the Palestinian people to celebrate the fact that I was right and protest voters were wrong. But this needs to be a conversation that's had for a fucking reason. For those of you who try to sabotage Kamala Harris, sabotage Joe Biden, enable a Trump victory, Jill Stein and your henchmen talking to you, all you protest voters, all you progressives who couldn't dirty their hands with the election because of Gaza. This is what happens when you allow perfect to be the enemy of good. It was never going to be perfect. Kamala nor Joe are the prime minister or president or defense minister of Israel. There was only so much Joe Biden could do. I'm now seeing people pretending as though, well, this is what would have naturally happened because Joe Biden's the kind of guy who just dreams about expelling 1 million people from their homes. Sure he is. As Donald Trump lists the 2,000-pound bomb ban that Biden put in place, they're both the same. They're both the same. Donald Trump, knowing all infrastructure has been destroyed, despite the fact that the defense minister of Israel clearly said Hamas is no longer operational as a military force, Donald Trump re-enables a 2,000-pound bomb ban. He lifts the ban and says, you know what, Israel, you don't need it, but you're going to get it anyways in case you just feel like it. And you want me to pretend that Joe Biden and Trump are the same? I'm not pretending they're the same. I'm not Joe. I'm not Kamala. I'm not these weak-ass Democrats in Washington. I'm not AOC. I'm not none of these niggas. You can never tell me these two are the same. And for those of you who chose to sit this one out to teach the Democrats a lesson, this is your motherfucking lesson. This is your lesson. For those of you who thought your vote wouldn't matter or would all be the same no matter what, this is your lesson. You think it's a coincidence Netanyahu actually finally upheld a ceasefire agreement when Trump won? You think it's a coincidence when Trump's victory was completely clear, the nigga won? You think it's a coincidence Netanyahu all of a sudden has grown a brain? Now all of a sudden he understands the importance of putting the weapons down. Now all of a sudden he sees the light. You think Trump is truly some kind of negotiator? It's all a fucking ploy. Netanyahu wants to further legitimize the presidency of Donald Trump. And what better way to do that than to make Biden look like someone who is incapable of finding peace and make Trump look like the biggest deal maker ever? You people are retarded. The Democratic Party needs to stop entertaining you people. You need to be called out for what you are. You are the enemy. For those of you who chose not to vote, for those of you who tried your best to derail the Democratic Party, stand over there with MAGA. Get the fuck away from me. Don't get nowhere near me. Go over there. Stay over there. Don't get too close. You knew exactly what you were doing. Exactly. Now, the United States is about to send American troops to participate in ethnic cleansing, and some of them are going to get blown up by bombs in the ground. They're going to get shot at by Palestinians and Hamas. Now, 1 million people are going to be expelled from their homes, and they're just supposed to figure it out. Okay. For those of you who think both sides are the same, this is your wake-up call, and I'm not going to be nice about this. I'm tired of the Democratic Party enabling these fucking weaklings. Show that same energy to Trump. They won't. Donald Trump just announced, I'm going to ethnically cleanse, and guess what the progressives are going to do? Nothing! You have a president literally saying, it's not even like his hands are tied. Donald Trump's hands aren't tied. He's choosing to do something within his power. Something he knows is wrong. He re-enables 2,000-pound bombs. He literally announces, I'm going to bring about ethnic fucking cleansing. You think progressives are going to go to a Trump rally and interrupt them while he's talking? Of course not. You think they're going to do anything? Of course not. They're going to continue to bring up Biden and Kamala because it's safe. They know the Democrats will never rebuke them, physically harm them, anything. Progressives are fucking cowards. They are cowards. They are in the way. Stop entertaining these fucking people. Know them when you see them. When you see a segment of the left trying to derail the candidate by bringing up an issue beyond their control, by bringing up an issue and demanding impossible solutions, and threatening to put a fascistic, ethno-nationalistic, theocratic lunatic like Trump in charge, or narcissistic lunatic, when they literally sit there and say, give us perfection which you can't achieve, or we will destroy the entire country. Know your enemy when you see them. Stop pretending like these people are on our side. They don't give a fuck about you. And they don't give a fuck about Gaza either. You think these people who did this lose any sleep at night? No, they don't. Moving on to the next thing. Donald Trump is so fucking disgustingly evil. He's willing to send people's kids to die in Gaza. There are bombs in the ground. There are going to be Hamas militants still there because you know they're about to lose their motherfucking mind at the thought of Americans setting foot in their home. It's bad enough they beefing with Israel. Americans setting foot in Gaza, they're going to go insane. I thought we put this behind us. I thought we stopped fiddle fucking with the Middle East in a massive capacity years ago. Now we're going to do it all over again. Now Gen Z Americans are going to be stepping on landmines in Gaza. Now they're going to be getting shot at by Hamas because of an issue between Israel and Palestine. It's got nothing to do with us. To quote you fucking MAGA lunatics, it's not our war. We should be focused on America first. America first. Speaking of America first, let's all clasp our hands and pray for Nick Fuentes. I know for a fact he probably died from a brain hemorrhage today. Seeing this shit on his screen that Trump's gonna send Americans to go patrol Gaza and rebuild it up so the Israelis can sleep peacefully at night knowing American troops that have nothing to do with this will die for them is unreal. It is unreal. It is unbelievable that this is happening. No American should ever die because of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. If you are an Israeli American and you're in Israel and a bullet happens to hit you, my prayers go out to you, I'm sorry. But no American troop should ever have to die because of what they got going on over there. They can figure it out. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Israel was perfectly capable of defending themselves. Perfectly. But see, Israel doesn't want to have the international reputation of actually doing the cleansing themselves. Which is why they'll have us big Americans come in and do it for them. Oops, stepped on a landmine. Oops, got shot by a Palestinian. Oops, got blown up by Hamas. Oops. We get killed so they can sit back and kick back and relax. Fuck all of that. Nigga, you stand on your motherfucking business. They attacked you on October 7th. If you feel like expelling them from their land is what you need to do, nigga, you put that on your record. You take that historical guilt and put it on your... We ain't got no business doing that, bruh. It's one thing to say, hey, you're our ally. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Iran are attacking you. We will give you weapons. And we will admonish you when you commit war crimes. We will pressure you to let aid in when you decide that you want to starve these people. We on your ass, but we understand the geopolitical ramifications of abandoning you. We're gonna thread a thin line here, but we still on your ass. It's another thing to say, you know what, Israelis, kick back, relax. The Americans are here to die for you. Okay? With all due respect, you chose to set up a state here. Okay? You chose to move here. You set up a state here. I understand the context in which you set it up, but look, this is on you. You set up a state here. You and these people need to figure it the fuck out. If you feel like expelling the Palestinians is the path to peace in the Levant, in your little region of the Middle East, do what it is you feel like you need to do, and if you get condemned internationally, that's on your motherfucking ass. But for Trump to pull us into this and mar the American people's reputation and get our kids killed in a war that really, truly has nothing to do with us, a war Israel was winning, by the way. It's not like Ukraine where, you know, they're like literally like fighting for their existence and they might actually lose. Israel, although they were in an existential war, were 100% winning. Hezbollah got smoked, Hamas got smoked, Joe Biden bombed the Houthis, like Iran, you know, pulled up, but they couldn't even put no work in. Like, what are we talking about? And Americans are supposed to die for Israel? Israel who's doing just fine? What's going on with that? Like, come on, what is this? What is this? To make matters, and then he goes on, the United States is pulling out of the UN Human Rights Council? Excuse me. What is happening? This is far more than an embarrassment. This is the end. This might be it for this country. Donald Trump withdraws the U.S. from the United Nations Human Rights Council, as he said in his little bullshit speech that you guys just saw. What is this? What is this shit? What is this? All for Israel. All for Israel. We're gonna crash out, huh? We're gonna make ourselves look like the biggest dickheads worldwide. Again. Yet again. In the Middle East. We're gonna ruin the lives of Middle Easterners yet again. For Israel this time? Really? Y'all making me sound like some people I really don't want to align with. My God. I have no issue with Israel. I believe that Israel reserves the right to exist. But if Israel wants to push Gazans out of Gaza unilaterally, completely, you do so at your own peril. And you do it with your own guilt and responsibility attached to said action. Stop Donald Trump using the American people as a battering ram for any country is disgusting. And MAGA, I'm looking at your nasty motherfucking asses. Y'all sat there and Joe Biden is gonna get Americans killed in Ukraine. And now look at your fat orange master about to send our people to die. You think there aren't landmines in the Gaza Strip? You think there aren't Hamas fighters ready to snipe an American soldier? You think the Palestinians are just gonna leave? You think they're all just gonna pack up their shit and say bye? No. The moment an American soldier sets foot in there, all hell is gonna break loose. Stop. The fact that they had the audacity to tell us we were going to bring about World War III and we were going to get Americans killed and we didn't care about American life, all that nonsense. They sat there and lectured us about whether or not we care about the American people. That's what they did. They sat there and said because we were sending money to Ukraine, we were going to get the American people killed. Now look at these people. Now they're more than happy to send our kids to die in Israel because Netanyahu and Trump are buddies? Really? So abandon Europe, a far more reliable ally, an ally that doesn't make us look crazy, an ally that isn't constantly caught up in war, an ally that is far more economically reliable. Let's piss off Mexico, Canada, and Europe, but let's be best of buddies with Israel. I don't have an issue with being buddies with Israel, but Lord have mercy, what kind of playthrough is this? What kind of Victoria 4 playthrough is this? Deadass. What is this kind of CK3 playthrough? Like, this is garbage diplomacy. What is it? Hearts of Iron 5? Like, this nigga's trash. He's trash. Trump, he's not even good. Hey, bruh, I'm done. I can't do this shit with this nigga, bro. I quit. Where do I quit, bro? This nigga Trump, bro. Oh my God. Like, what is this? You know, Jared Kushner told us this shit was this nigga said Gaza would be a great strip of land for real estate. Bro, when these motherfuckers tell you some shit, believe them, please. Believe them. Believe them. I don't know what y'all want me to say. I don't know what y'all want me to say. Donald Trump is now thinking of sending Americans to die in Israel, and MAGA, like fucking, like minstrels, have to dance on stage and pretend like that was their plan all along. Sure it was. Even I know MAGA's seething right now at the thought of Americans being sent to die for Israel. The MAGA movement is not as pro-Israel as it used to be. Anti-Semitism is rampant now in the MAGA movement. I mean, Elon Musk himself tried to lead the charge of anti-Semitism in the MAGA movement. This is disgusting. No American should die in any foreign war that is not our own. Helping our allies financially, militarily, whether it's weapons, intelligence, that's one thing. Sending Americans to help Israel colonize Gaza is not the way. It's not our way. That's not what we do. This man is leading America into one of its darkest eras. I blame Trump supporters. I blame I'm not voting for Genocide Joe. I'm not voting for Killer Kamala. Okay, go on ahead and get your little prize, stupid ass nigga.